highway.
Y'all know what this is.
It's time, bro. What's up, everybody, man? Welcome to tonight's Q&A action session of sessions, bro. It's time to talk about the Cowboys, man. And we got a lot to talk about, man. So it's gonna be a night of nights. Shout out to everybody in the chat box, dude. Appreciate you guys for rolling through. Hit like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. But yeah, man. Big game coming up. The Eagles continue to leave the door open for us. So let's oblige them. All right. Let's oblige these fools, man. Let's see what happens, dude. So Cowboys gotta take care of their own business here. Sunday night. All right. The game is Sunday night versus the Vikings. So we'll get to see all the action prior to this game. So let's see how things shake out now. But you know, prospects are still kind of slim. You still need the Eagles to continue to implode, which the Madden curse is doing its thing. All right, you know how it is, bro. That Madden curse is the real deal, bro. It's the real shit, man. So that's happening. Cowboys got to keep winning. The Vikings are a dangerous team. You don't know what kind of game you're gonna get out of JJ McCarthy. He'll either have a crappy game or have a good game. Cowboys, Eberflus, they'll probably let him have a pretty decent game. Still very dangerous on the outside with Justin Jefferson, top 3 wide receiver in this league. And that sort of thing. So you got to take care of business there. Running game, passing game. Our defense will give up the plays, right? We're pretty beat up. And it doesn't look like Diggs is going to play. That's another topic we'll talk about here tonight. But what I want to talk about is just kind of looking ahead, as far as like the Cowboys go. I want to talk about this, dude, because this had me thinking, and then I had made a video about this. I think early in the season or before the season. I don't remember when it was, but I'm talking about like the makeup of the team. Your scouting department, your talent evaluators, and this sort of thing. So I do want to talk about this to kick off tonight's Q&A show. And that's this, bro. Talking about and it's funny, bro, because I'm talking about this. Let me see if I can increase this a little bit. But I'm talking about, like, have you guys seen this Uber Eats video with Mayfield, Bradley Cooper, and Troy Aikman? Have you guys seen that video? It's pretty funny. But my point is this: Aikman looks like. I mean, I want to see this happen, bro. That's what I'm getting down to. I want to see Aikman involved in some sort of capacity here as far as an evaluator. And it just had me thinking, will it happen? Probably not. But if the Cowboys really wanted to shake things up, they would do this. Give him some sort of job in the team, an evaluator, de facto GM type of guy, somebody like a kind of like what they've been doing here in Denver. They brought in Elway during the time of their Super Bowl runs, And then the San Francisco 49ers, they brought in John Lynch. So why can't the Cowboys do this? The Cowboys, I mean, they're kind of a copycat team too. You know what I mean? They used to be innovators when Jimmy was here, but now they've been, testing, trial and error. Most of the time it's on the error side. But why can't the Cowboys just pull the trigger and do this already, bro? Like bring in Aikman. He is a good talent evaluator. He really is. He knows the makeup of what a championship locker room looks like, the type of players that you need. You know what I mean? I would rearrange this, bro. I would rearrange how they handle the front office, bro. Because McClay, proven failure. But you'll hear the lies that, oh no, we draft well. No, we do not draft well. We hit here and there, but we're right there with the teams that draft shitty, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm about wanting this to happen eventually. You know what I mean? And Aikman has been on record to say that he would love to come in here and help the team out, man. He wants to help the team, man. He loves the Cowboys. You know what I mean? And he knows Jerry. He knows Steven. He knows, how to work with these types of dudes. Um, you know what I mean? But if they want to change it up, man, and get things restarted, they need to do that because McClay has hit his ceiling. He's gotten too complacent. The scouting department is not what it was. I mean, it's been a while since we've been consistent, you know what I mean? And even that's questionable. These last I mean, we're going on back to back to back not good draft classes. The Mozzie class, the Guyton class, this class that we just had, like they're doing too many risks and not getting anything in return. There's the second round rolling of dice. The Dr. Cooper drafts are terrible, and it is something that should be discussed. But I just want to kick the show off with that, man. Let me ask you guys here: Would you be in favor of something like this? Would you like the Cowboys? And like I said, this probably won't happen. It's kind of a dream, whatever. But you never know. You know what I mean? Maybe Jerry's like, man, I'm at the very end of this shit. I got like a few years to live. I got to do something, right? So, would you be in favor of bringing in Aikman here to try to revitalize the team, to untarnish the star? The star's tarnished. It's rusty. The Lombardis have rust and mold on them, and you got to try something, man. You got to try something. So you can't keep doing the same old, same old. So it's really what we're talking about here, right? Do you trust McClay in those 2 first-round picks? I absolutely do not. I don't trust that shit, dude. If this would have been about 10 years ago, maybe, but the complacency, it's infected that department, that front. I mean, look at the pro personnel moves have been a disaster. Why does it always have to be former first round busts that you guys are bringing in here? They don't do anything. Why does it have to be, players that you studied during the draft? Get known commodities. They finally did that with Quentin Williams. He's a known commodity, right? But like some of these other trades, like Trey Lance, Mingo, ain't shit, dude. Like, why did you trade for these dudes, man? They weren't known commodities. They were hopes. You know what I mean? And that ain't gonna cut it, man. You wasted picks there. Joe Milton, yeah, that ain't looking good either, man. So time to bring a fresh view here is what needs to happen. It just does. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at on that, guys. So let me know and what you guys think about that. Would you bring in here and get rid of McBust, the Cowboys trust? I'm done. I'm done with McClay, bro. These draft classes have been terrible. And don't let anybody say that we've been drafted really good. I've already heard some dudes. I don't know why they say it. I really think that they're thinking in the past. I think that the connection has always been McClay and Zach Martin, bro. That's 2014. All right. Zach's not even here anymore. He's already retired. Poor guy didn't get a ring. Didn't even get a championship appearance, bro. They gotta change it up, bro. So that's what I'm saying there. Other topic here. Um, let me see what comments we got in the box here. Yeah, man. Tonight is the night. Saturday night antics, as I say. Your boy Mike, what's up, bro? Good to see you in the chat box. Uncensored Cowboy in the house. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you in the house, man. Let's see what we got in here. Drunk King 7369. It's uh it's a beautiful day. Remember that song? Man, dude. Trayvon, I would absolutely love, but apparently the word is Jerry doesn't want to put his current respect relationship at risk by having them on the business side, but I'm 100% all for Troy joining. I think with his limited time that he needs to really consider it, man, because there is no way that the current path that they're on is working or is going to work. It really is the definition of insanity. They keep trying the same thing. They keep hitting their head on the door trying to do the same thing. They keep doing weird stuff in the second round. They keep drafting these Dr. Cooper, Dr. Frankenstein mangle jobs. I mean, just this week we saw Trevon Revel was limited in practice with knee soreness. You know what I mean? Like, don't let this guy touch you, bro. Like, we saw the star wide receiver go under the knife. And I remember Danny Savage had mentioned this. I saw his tweet and I was like, he sent it to me and I saw it too. Where is he? The Arizona kid, right? And Yeah, the surgery was performed by Dr. Cooper. I was like, that's the kiss of death, man. Like, so I don't know what's going on with Savon Revel, bro. Hopefully it's just some soreness, but he was operated on by Dr. Cooper, Dr. Giggles. All right, let's see what here. How does Sean Wright playing like an all pro? Who knows, bro? I don't know what happened there. Maybe he finally woke up and decided to play football. Maybe it was the coaching. He's there with Ben Johnson. It could be that. But I mean, we held on to the guy. You know, I still think that was a terrible draft pick. Nobody knew who the hell he was. Cowboys certainly didn't get anything out of him. So good for him. But Cowboys, they missed on that one. Your boy Mike Seven. I would take anyone over Will McClay any day of the week. Yeah, McClay's time has run here, bro. Like, honestly, I'm honestly hoping, dude, and I know that they gave him like an extension or something, like last off season or the season before. It was pretty recent, right? I'm hoping that somebody just brings a deal here that they want to bring him on as a GM. But if they look at the track record, bro, like how I've broken it down and some others that are really that are really broken down McClay's track record, maybe he's not going to be getting the offers, bro. You know what I mean? Maybe they're just some of these teams are just going to stay in house or go somewhere else. But McClay, I think, has just been kind of overrated, bro. He's been riding the coattails of that 2014 draft class for almost a decade. I wish they would do that. Yeah, 805 on. It would be nice, man. I mean, there is kind of like that template, right? Like I said, Elway had success. John Lynch. There's other. I mean, Ozzie, right? Ozzie Newsome for the Ravens, right? For former player, great talent evaluator, very successful at the NFL level as a player. Ozzie Newsome, one of the best tight ends in the league, really got the Ravens where they're at. and really groomed that front office to be what they're at. I mean, they're consistently a really good drafting team. They know how to bring in pro personnel, free agents. You know what I mean? The Cowboys, they hope that they can like revitalize some of these busts. A bust is a bust. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Fire McBust. Yeah, I wish, bro. I wish. I would really wish that they would move on from him, or somebody would give him a too good of a deal. Maybe even a university. Bring him on as an athletic director, or somebody, man. Somebody throw this guy some money and take him. You know what I mean? Because it just is not working here for us anymore. Yeah, in that Vikings game, Jefferson and Addison. Yeah, it could be a long day for the secondary for the Cowboys if that pressure isn't there from the 5-man front. Eberflus, he's on borrowed time, dude. There's no way they're gonna keep this guy. Fifth quarter Cowboy in the house. What's up, bro? What are y'all thinking about the Indiana quarterback? He did get the Heisman Trophy, right? Yeah, it is like the number one team in the playoff. I think he can cement himself and get some more. Let's see what he does in the playoff. That's what I want to see. If this guy, if Mendoza backs it up in the college football playoff, I think that's more. But I mean, he's been pretty solid, man. I think he's probably going to go to the Raiders. I think the Raiders are in a desperate need of a quarterback. They're probably going to go there, one overall. Um, yeah, the Raiders are terrible. I think they could do that. But yeah, I think he's a good quarterback. He got the Heisman. My boy Jeremiah Love didn't get the Heisman, which I'm okay with that. The Heisman is almost like the Madden curse to me. It's like sometimes these guys that get the Heisman Trophy, sometimes they do okay. I mean, Barry Sanders was a Heisman Trophy winner, right? But then you get some of these other guys that were Heisman winners, and they really weren't much of anything, right? So um, I feel like there's more of the bust side with the Heisman Trophy than there is without it. There's obviously the one offs, but I'm good with my boy getting the Doak Walker Award. Jeremiah Love, he's gonna go high, bro. He will go high. If you look at like a Bijan Robinson, Ashton Genty here recently, to me this guy's a more complete back. You know what I mean? I like him a lot. I think he's a solid running back, proven player, plays through injury and home run ability. Just well rounded. I think he will go early. Somebody that's gonna want a running back will probably get him early. But yeah, man, I think Mendoza's good, man. Overall, the quarterback class for this draft is not good though. So it'll be interesting to see if he actually does declare. Willie, do you even think we can talk Troy into coming home? Yeah, I know it's definitely possible, man, and it's not even about money. Some people will be like, "Oh, he's getting way more. It would be a pay decrease for Aikman." It's not about that. Aikman is the ultimate competitor. It would be about bringing back, bringing back the team to championship form. You know what I mean? You can hear it when he's talking about the Cowboys or calling the Cowboys game. Some people think he's very critical, but sometimes the most critical people are the biggest fans. I mean, that's how some of our channels are. So some of the YouTube creators are some of the most critical, like myself. I am very critical because I grew up on that team. You know what I mean? I grew up on the back end of the Landry era. I saw Jimmy and they bring up this franchise from the depths of hell. And when you go through that, you know what it takes. You know what I mean? And I have yet to see that from the Cowboys, man. We haven't seen that kind of. incremental improvement where you go to a wild card, you go to the divisional round, championship, and then Super Bowls. You know what I mean? The Cowboys, they're just all over the map. Losing seasons here, you might have a number one seed here, and then get bounced on the first game. Like they're all over the place. And Danny Savage, Mendoza will be QB1 drafted and most likely number one player drafted, but Giants holding one, so they probably trade back. Yeah, I don't see the Giants taking him. They already got Jackson Dart, who to me looks promising. You get a coach in here that can coach him up. They're talking about McCarthy and Titans, McCarthy and Giants. You're hearing even Chucky possibly having interest there from the Giants as well. So if the Giants get the right coach there, they can kind of harness and bring in some of Jackson Dart's ability. They could be onto something there. All right, and but however, I do not want to be lapped by another NFC East team here. You know what I mean? It is time for us to go all in and push the chips in. We've done some moves here, but I really do think that next offseason they need to go all in, dude. Fix one of the tackles or both if you can. Do something with the defense. Bring in a legit coordinator, somebody with skins on the wall, and do something good in the draft, man. Don't just sit there. Cowboys have just been sitting and drafting. Move up, man, and get a badass player or something like this. So they got to go all in, man. Put all the chips in. Go all in. Do that move too, right? Like the Rams have done that. They went all in. They made a big trade for Stafford. They made all these moves. Aaron Donald got himself a ring. Obviously, they wrecked their uh, their cap for a little bit. They went down. We're at the bottom, but now you see the Rams rebuilt already, bro. So do that. Take a page out of their playbook. The Eagles have even done this. They go all in. They made it to the championship. They drafted another quarterback, got to the championship. Like Cowboys, they need to look around and look at how the modern NFL is built, man. This isn't about like draft and develop. Like there's no time to develop, bro. I hate that whenever people talk about, oh, we're a draft and develop team. Like develop for other teams or what is it? And then they don't even draft that good, you know. I'm with you on that, Danny. Good comment there on Mendoza. We got a super chat here. Your boy Mike. What's up, bro? I would absolutely love to have Troy Aikman instead of Will McBus, but Will McClay is a yes man to Jerry Jones, so that's why he won't be let go. Yeah, definitely that is the downside to this whole thing. He likes the yes man type of dudes. That's why he loves Garrett, right? And they like these types of guys, and that's why they love Schottenheimer. I can guarantee you, they love Schottenheimer. Schottenheimer, he's yes, 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 yes. I mean, even in the draft, he had like zero uh influence. You could tell he was just sitting there. I was like, man, dude, like he just watching these picks go by. Like I didn't see him have any input there. So I would like to see my head coach to have more input. Um, but yeah, bro, that's a good point there. That's why I say it's kind of a dream of mine. It probably won't happen in reality, but if you want to shake it up and try something new other than what hasn't been working, that's the route I would go. McClay sucks. Yeah, he definitely does. Definitely does, bro. And McBust, they trust, bro. So let's talk about Trayvon Diggs here, bro. All right. So we hear that the Diggs, you're getting conflicting reports, right? Like he's having a good practice, or oh no, he's not doing the right things. And last I heard, he wasn't going to play in this game, right? So it's like I don't think that he's going to see the field again, you know. And I kind of I talked about that. I mentioned that during the bye week. I was like, I don't if they don't trade him, which you know they didn't trade him during the trade week. That I think that was going to be it, man. I think that was the last that we saw Trayvon. Once this whole thing came out about the concussion at home, I was like, man, this is so obvious. Like this is like made up as fuck, bro. Like, and we never did get the truth from anybody. Like it. I think everybody knew how ridiculous this shit was, and then everybody just like, nah. I like it's wild, man. So I think it is. I think it's the last that we've seen out of Trayvon Diggs. You know what I mean? I think that the relationship has gone south, kind of like it went with Parsons. But you also got to remember, Stephon Diggs is his brother, and he is notorious for getting out of teams and moving on and jump hopping from team to team now, right? So I don't know if these guys are malcontents or what it is. It might be that. I'm sure he got. Um, I'm sure that Stefan helped him. You know, you know what can I do to get the hell out of here? How to pressure the Cowboys to let me go? And I think he ultimately has successfully done that. I think he'll be let go, and Cowboys will move on from that. You know, which sucks because I think that's going to put us on the map to draft a cornerback. And I don't want the Tennessee cornerback with the messed up knee. You know what I mean? Dane Brugler mocked him to us because he knows that the Cowboys do this kind of stupid shit. You know, that they like to draft beat up players, thinking that they're going to get a discount. You know what I mean? Like I could see the Tennessee cornerback dropping to us, maybe even with that Packers pick, and the Cowboys take him, and then they sell it to the fans like, oh, we believe in his knee. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be ready. I'm no more, man. No more injured players, man. Just get somebody who can play some football right now and can contribute right now. We don't have time to start the season with not knowing who's going to be your starting corners. We can't do that again. Can't do that. You know what I mean? So it seems like we've been battling this whole secondary issue the whole year. You know, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think Trayvon Diggs is done here with the Cowboys? And do you think that we have seen the last of him, or do you think he'll show up next week, versus the Chargers? Or do you think they give him some playing garbage time at the end of the year with Washington or the Giants? Or do you think that's it for him? You think they just deactivate him or just keep him on the bench? Like what are you guys feeling, man? I honestly I feel like he's done. I don't think he sees the field again. I think that relationship has gone south of cheese, as they say, and I think he's done, bro. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Let me see what you guys got here for as far as Trayvon Diggs. Let me know. Here we go. We got some comments here coming in. Jaja Binks. Trevon Diggs will never play for the Dallas Cowboys ever again. That's what it feels like, and I'm with you. I think that the ship has sailed on this relationship, as they say, right? So I do think that his time is up too. So I think they're gonna mutually just agree to to do that. Cut after the season, yeah. I think to and somebody might say, "Oh, let's try to trade him or this and that." You're not going to get anything for him because it's always like the Cowboys. They always give a hint like what they're going to do, so then they have no ground to trade a player when they know that they're going to get cut. Cowboys are terrible at this. Like, hold your cards close, bro. Like these guys, they always got to reveal shit, and they don't get anything in return. I mean, who would trade for him? I mean, you never know. You could maybe some dumb team is out there. There's a lot of dumb teams out there. So with bad GMs, maybe you could rip somebody off. You wouldn't get anything good for him, what I mean? But at least you would get some kind of draft pick. You can throw a dart at the draft board with it. But no, they're not going to get anything out of him now. All the teams know that, oh, this dude's going to be cut. He'll be available. You know what I mean? So maybe he joins McCarthy wherever he ends up going, whether that's the Titans or wherever the hell he goes. Maybe he goes and joins them there. Maybe he goes with Quinn there and with the Redskins. Who knows, bro? Right? So, or maybe he goes with his brother. That's always been a thing that they've been wanting to do. Maybe he goes to where the hell is Stefan at right now? Is he with the Bills? I don't even know. The dude's always jumping around teams, dude. So yeah, I'm with you on that too, bro. I think that's what happens there. Uncensored Cowboys. Diggs needs to go to jail for theft. He stole 3 years worth of salary. Man, that's funny, dude. Yeah, he really did, man. He got a big contract, man. And that's another topic, bro. Like these guys, every time they get a contract, they take the foot off the pedal. Like, okay, I got my money, I'm done, dude. Like it just feels like every single time we give somebody an extension, they take their foot off the pedal or they get hurt and they're never the same. I'm kind of afraid of. I'm kind of worried about CeeDee Lamb and that kind of thing. Like, is he going on the trajectory of Des Bryant? Because I remember Des Bryant, he improved and he was badass, dude, and he got his deal. And then he got hurt here and there, and then the fall off was quick, bro. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen to Lamb, because he's kind of gotten dinged up here lately, right? And he's not having the best season. So I hope that's not the trajectory, man. But you look at some of these other guys. I mean, look at Osa, bro. They gave this guy an extension. I don't know why. He's a rotational defensive three tech, has a play here and there. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden he's badass, bro. But like for the most part, he hasn't made enough plays. Not for a three tech who's supposed to be getting after the quarterback. Osa isn't a one tech, so he's supposed to have more sacks than he's had as a three tech. But there's other examples, man. I mean, uh, who else? Who else has got an extension? Deron Bland. He got an extension. He hasn't been the same. Is he still playing hurt? Probably. Who knows? But yeah, Diggs definitely wrote. He's riding off into the sunset with some money there. So yeah, bro. See what else we got here, guys. Keep the questions and comments coming through. This comes from Dog Pound. Blitz, what's up, bro? Diggs don't want to play football no more. He into baby mamas. Yeah, that's what the Diggs brothers are into, right? And Stefan's over there pounding out Cardi B, and Trayvon, I think, has the same kind of deal as well, right? Maybe that's a big distraction. Yeah, it can be. It can be, right? So yeah, that I could definitely see that as being one of the issues there. Too much of a distraction, right? Too much of a distraction, man. Let's see what else I got in here. Other questions and comments. Other questions and comments in the house. We got a draft comment here. Draft the safety from Ohio State, Caleb Downs. I'm assuming that's who you're talking about there, bro. Started out hot. Kind of fizzled here at the end of the season though. So same with the linebacker, right? So you got Arvell Reese. Started out hot, kind of fizzled out, and but I think they're both still going to go high though. You know, but both I think they're good players, but do they have a bust factor, possibly. I think it depends where those guys go, man. But I think that affects it too. Dude's had a good year. Full selling, barely played. hmm Barely played. Josh Butler time. Seems like we've been waiting on Butler to come back all year, bro. Like what? I already forgot what the hell his injury was, man. Danny Savage, not a fan of Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs, very overrated in capital letters there. Average size. Average carpenter skills. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of his evaluation is kind of all over the map, dude. So, and I think you're gonna see that with Downs. He might actually fall in the draft a little bit. Um, so we got here. I really think that this has a lot to do with his off-season workout with his personal trainer. Yeah, and the Cowboys didn't like that, and they wanted him to train with the in-house staff. And I feel like that's where the bridge got burnt for whatever reason. I think that they wanted him to work out with these dudes. I don't know, man. My question is, who did his surgery? Was it Dr. Cooper? I'm really curious to know who did the surgery that he recovered from. Was it the doctor? Was it the quack, Dr. Cooper? Anytime you hear that shit, bro, run for the hills. Run for the hills. And if you see a prospect where it says Dr. Cooper performed the surgery, it's over. It's done. It's a kiss of death. All right. But will he be on the Cowboys' radar and will McBust? Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. These guys, they will be, as if they have the inside track. The only inside track they have on this shit is drafting another injured player. So fuck that, dude. No more of that shit, man. No more. All right. See what we got here. What else? Other questions and comments, bro. We're over the cap plus lacking draft picks. Danny Savage in the house, the draft guru. Yeah, man, it's gonna be an interesting offseason for sure. My big deal is here. Who is going to be the defensive coordinator? Right? Please don't, dude. Let me ask you guys this: if for whatever reason the Cowboys decided to keep Matt Eberflus and they tried to sell you on some shit, are you gonna be hopeful for the next season if you got this guy in here? I just don't see a future where he's here with the team. You know what I mean? And of course, you'll have the people that say, "Oh, this will be our fifth defensive coordinator in 5 years," and this and that. I'm like, dude, well, that's the Cowboys, bro. They're the ones making these crazy, you know, additions. Schottenheimer didn't want Eberflus in here. I wish they would have let Schottenheimer get his guy. Whoever the hell it was would have been better than Eberflus. You know what I mean? I mean, he's worked with a lot of people, man. He's been in the league for a while. You can trace back all these guys that he's worked with, the guys that his dad has worked with, that he's worked with. So he'll bring in somebody, bro. I'm hopeful for. But if you keep Eberflus, it's a done deal. Steele, oh man, Terrence Steele, right? He's been an utter disaster on the decline. Let him get cut and let him join McCarthy wherever the hell he goes, right? Because he hasn't been good, man. Undrafted out of Texas Tech. I didn't even think he was good enough to make the team when he made the team. It was a shocker to me. And then when he was thrown into the starter role, it was wild, man. You know, It was like they tried to sell you on the feel good story. Oh, he was an undrafted guy. Now he's starting for you. He had some good games here and there, but his fall off has been just as fast as his come up. So time to move on from him. You know what I mean? Pass protection is terrible, man. He's always chasing, lunging, chasing, getting off the snap is terrible. His footwork, handwork, I don't like it. He's just he reminds me of Rob Petiti, bro. Do you guys remember Rob Petiti? Played for Parcells rookie year. Kind of held it down a little bit, but Parcells knew better. The Cowboys have kind of done that with Steele. He was like a Rob Petiti type of player, but they kept him in the starter role and they extended him. So that's what you got, man. They got to figure that shit out, bro. Guy in that left tackle hasn't been good. The How much does Guyton love football too, man? Does he like to play? He taps out, bro. Tap out Guyton is what I've been calling him, dude. It's because and you can call it, bro. You When he starts getting beat, look for the injury. Look for him to hit the floor and be like, "Oh, pick me up, get me out of the game." That's his MO, bro. I'm onto that fucker already, bro. And that's what it is, bro. He gets beat. I'm done, bro. Let me fake some shit out here. I got a concussion. I got a high ankle sprain. Get me the hell out of here. I'm getting my ass whooped. I don't want that kind of player, man. Maybe they try to salvage him at right tackle. That might be the storyline of training camp, which is another soap opera in itself. Training camp is a bunch of hype run by the hype machine of the DallasCowboys.com. Inside training camp. Let's show all the clips of the highlights and none of the fuck ups. Show me the bad crap, bro. Like I want to see it all. Like I don't want to see all the hype junk, dude. Oh, this dude's turning head. Remember Jalen Tolbert? He's turning heads. Hadn't done shit. Hadn't been shit. He's been deactivated. Mingo's getting activated over him. Oh, Kyrie Elam. We resurrected his career. He's tearing it up in camp, turning heads and making plays. And Dak Prescott is asking him, how did you do that? Remember that bullshit? I was like, dude, get out of here, man. Get the hell out of here with this stupid shit, man. He's not even with the team. They freaking cut that fool, man. Gosh, man. Ching, this team's they do some weird shit, bro. Yeah, so that's there on Steele, man. Does he stay? Guys, let me ask you this: do you think Steele returns? Do you think they make him a post June 1st cut? Does he survive? Does he battle it out with Guyton at the right tackle position? What do you guys think happens to Steele? I think his cap hit. I think you gotta get rid of this dude. I think you move on from him, man, and then let Guyton compete, man. If he wants to compete, and we had a hint of hints during the offseason from Duke Manyweather, and a lot of people dismissed it. Oh, oh no, he's gonna be okay. I remember Duke Manyweather said that if he wants it. I remember he said that in one of his tweets or interviews. Like they asked him about what did he think about Guyton, you know, and he had said something like, "Well, he can do something if he wants it." Like, and then I think about that tweet all the time, and I'm like, does he want it, bro? I feel like he taps out, man. I don't think he wants it, man. He doesn't want that smoke, as they say, in my opinion. Your boy Mike with Super Chat. What's up, bro? Who is the best possible player we should draft? Oh man, that's a good question, dude. We have so many holes, right? It's like a sinking. It's like the cartoon with the ship that has a bunch of holes, and you're trying to plug it with the finger, and then it's still taking on water from one of the other holes. That's the Cowboys for you. So a lot of holes, not enough draft picks. So, but anyway, I think you have to get you need an edge rusher. You know what I mean? And hopefully we get clarification on what defense, what defensive coordinator we're getting here, because that'll help. You know what I mean? Do we in fact stay with the 4-3, or do we go with a more pass rush attacking 3-4 defense, which I think we should go with Ezra Rockwell being one of those outside linebackers, utilize that skill set for his size and that kind of thing, man. Ezra Rockwell as a 4-3 in, it's not going to be good. But I think you got to look at a linebacker. You know what I mean? They're talking about Kenneth Murray and Logan Wilson. Get you the most legit Mike linebacker you can get, and if that's early, well, so be it. Get it done. You know what I mean? You need a general there. You need somebody to spearhead this thing and take this defense in. You know what I mean? And get it going, man. You got to have that Mike linebacker with the green dot. Who knows what the hell to do? Plays with anticipation, sideline to sideline. Yeah, we don't have that right now, man. Uh, I haven't liked what I've seen out of Overshown. I understand he's coming back from injury, but I think that's the player that we're going to be with now from now on. You know what I mean? You're not going to have that guy that was badass his first year when he actually played. Those two devastating injuries, they've taken away some of that from him, man. And I saw that in that Detroit game when he didn't get to the running back. Pre-injury, he makes that play, bro. He didn't make it. And I was like, fuck, dude. Fuck, man. We got Jalen Smith here now. Chasing. You look at Overshown's stat line, he led in tackles. But did you see the tackles? He was chasing from behind, dude. He wasn't doing what the playmaking Overshown that we've been used to. So, they'll give him another year. But if it were me, man, I'm looking at a top flight linebacker or an edge rusher. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for, Mike. Danny Savage, very good right tackle draft. Okay. How would you guys feel about taking another old lineman early? I mean, it might be what they do. If McClay's still here, maybe he goes back to that and try to resurrect his record as far as like hitting on the first round, because it hadn't been pretty here recently. So they got to get the right guy, man. They got to get the right player up in this bitch. Your boy Mike never understood why we do training camp in Oxnard. Oh man, that's a whole other subject right there, bro. You know what I mean? I am of the old school thinking of you work outside and you build stamina. You know what I mean? Rather than, and their whole thing is, oh, we're able to execute our plays and installation in cooler weather. Does it really? I really don't think it does, man. I mean, they need to harden up, man. I think these guys, and that's why they get so injured now. They're too soft, man. They're practicing in almost like in air conditioning type situations. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in working the body hard as far as when it comes to sports, especially football. You know what I mean? Especially football. Working the elements. You know what I mean? So uh come back to Austin, bro. Come back to St. Edward's University, bro, and build that stamina, build that camaraderie with your teammates, puking your freaking guts out from the heat. Obviously, they need some of that, bro. They need to toughen up as a whole team, dude. But Jerry's all about this, making money, making deals with the cities, and he's looking at it from fans and jersey numbers and shit like that, dude. Like it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? Like I remember Parcells hated that shit, dude. He didn't like going out there, man. He because he was an old school coach, man. You know what I mean? So and these old school coaches, what worked for them, there's a reason why this shit worked for them, you know. You need the right coach, you need the right atmosphere. This the whole cupcake shit, even when they were in San Antonio, that was Camp Cupcake as well, you know. And it's kind of the same thing in Oxnard. So I wish, and if not Austin, just somewhere in Texas, man. Just Dallas. You stay in Dallas in the heat. I mean, it's hot as hell, even in Dallas in the summertime, man. So they should do that, bro. I really wish they would, man. I think it would benefit the team. Appreciate the super chat, Mike. Your boy Mike. Appreciate that, bro. Questions and comments. We do appreciate you guys tonight, man. Um, Give me okay. Here we go. We got a comment here. Bleed blue for life. Give me a coaching grade on Shoddy. Coaching grade, rookie season. I gotta go. Right now, I'm going. I'm going to C. I'm going to C. I think that he's had his moments. You know what I mean? Um, Offense. I think he's got the offense going really good. It's the same offense they've been running since Garrett's been here. A lot of the same verbiage. So I think you can. I don't think that running the offense it shouldn't be that hard here, man, because it hasn't changed. You got your quarterback with Dak, but I think he did get his one hand tied behind his back as far as like letting him get his defensive coordinator. You know what I mean? So I wish he would have fought more for that. You know what I mean? That's one thing that I think that was definitely pushed on him. The Joneses, they're notorious for doing that shit. Forcing a coordinator on somebody. Whether I mean you can take this shit all the way back to Wade, right? Wade, and then they already had Garrett in here before they even hired the head coach. How crazy was that shit, bro? You remember that? Crazy stuff, bro. Just really really wild stuff that they do here. That's my grade. I give them a C, man. Because I think the offense they've done their things, but they're still kind of sloppy. You know what I mean? So flags, some of the plays. Your special teams coach, that guy's got to go too, man. So I give him a C, for his rookie season. So which isn't good, which isn't bad. It's kind of reflective of what the Cowboys are. You know what I mean? 6-6-1. It's average, right? It's kind of what the Cowboys are, and I think it's a reflection of the head coach too. So I give him a C, bro. What do you guys give Schottenheimer? Let me know what grade you give Schottenheimer right now. What do you think? Do you think he's been a F, a D, a C, a B? Does anybody think he's been an A? And if so, why? Good, great comment there, man. Great question. Appreciate that from you, bro. Appreciate that very much. Let's see what people are saying here. Danny Savage gives him a C minus. Uh, Doc Pounds Blitz gives him a C as well. Bleed Blue for life. I'm giving him a B. All right, giving him a B. All right. All right. I think he's in that range, bro. I think it's fair for that. I think that's fair. I think between a C and a B. But anybody that says A, I question the IQ. and I question many things because there's no way he's an A. Now I could also see where somebody gives him a D, but then also I don't know if I don't know if I would see somebody give him an F. So there's a good range here of the grades I think you could give here. Let's see what else we got in here. I agree with you. Give him a C. Your boy, your boy Mike Seven. B, I say. Okay, okay. Got a couple of B's in the house. Got another B in here. So I think that's probably like the consensus. I think if you ask a lot of fans, that's probably what you'll get. Anywhere from a C to a B. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's a fair range for him. Rookie campaign. One hand tied behind his back with Eberflush, as my boy says, Eberflush. I really like that nickname for him, bro. Matt Eberflush, because he really has flushed this defense down the drain. But guys, I think that's all we have tonight, man. I appreciate you guys for joining us for the Q&A Saturday night antics. Try to do it on Friday nights, but sometimes, plans come up with the family and this sorts of things, you know. So sometimes Friday nights don't work out as much. So I push it to Saturday. So I'm glad we're able to schedule this in for Saturday night antics, bro. Appreciate you guys. Pound that like button on the way out. And if you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe for me. I do appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody that had a super chat tonight and everybody's questions and comments. Interaction in the comment chat box. Outstanding. Shout out to every one of you guys that showed up tonight. Appreciate the conversation in there. So that's all we have tonight, guys. I'll see you post game. Let's see what these guys do Sunday night. All right. So I'll see you guys Sunday night on my post game report, bro. Peace out, everybody.